Yo, how's it going? So I just want to mention now, you might hear something wrong with my voice. I'm not going to lie to you, I did so many re-recordings of my previous video that I kind of ruined my throat. So we're going to try and do this in one take. We'll see how it goes, but today we're going to go over, is Arknights actually dying? We're going to go through how popular it is and how much money it made. In general, this is looking really interesting. I also have another picture which I want to show in this video. You will find it very interesting. But if you enjoyed this video, please do drop us a like and subscribe for more videos. Get the YouTube stuff out of the way. So first of all, this should be looking at CN and global. These stats could be wrong in some way, and also how they show them is basically 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, 50 million, 100 million, I believe. So you won't see like specific numbers. But if we look at the revenue this game's made within like the last 30 days, it's made 10 million plus. Honestly, that's really good. For a gacha game, you really do want that kind of money. That is like really good. But let's go ahead and take a look at the lifetime money then. So we have over 200 million in the whole lifetime. This could be really anywhere. This number could be anywhere because 200 million, I believe, is the maximum for this website. Honestly, very good. I'm very happy to see this because Arknights does deserve it. They actually put the money back into the game, which you don't really see much, especially with the anime. But we also have downloads, over 10 million. It's pretty much expected. It's just a good gacha game in my opinion. But you might want to compare it to a different gacha game. So what we're going to first of all do is take a look at Honkai Star Rail. Now I know a lot of people might think this is a bad comparison, and it is, but I just wanted to take a look at this. Honkai Star Rail has pretty much just made like more money within like 1 month than probably Arknights has in like its whole lifetime. Maybe it's pretty close, honestly. Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact, you can't really compare them to other gacha games. Just straight up. Honestly, this is really good. If we look at the lifetime amount of money they made as well, it should be like over 200 million if we include PC client. So do take that into account. Obviously, popular in Asia, but very popular in other countries as well. If you look at lifetime downloads, over 20 million. Arknights had like over 10 million. So, you know, it's a very different species of gacha game in my opinion. But if we do compare this to an actual rival, so to speak, I guess, Path to Nowhere. Now, Path to Nowhere actually isn't doing too well at the moment. As you can see, it's just made over 1 million. I don't know if that's because there's maybe just a dead patch and there's nothing going on. In my personal opinion, I'm just going to say this now, I made a video about this game before. It's got great art and I heard the story's fantastic, but I just do not like the gameplay. Like, great art, this gameplay is just, it just does not look good. Like, I know Arknights gameplay, you can make the argument it doesn't look very good, but in my opinion, they have a very specific art style with Arknights that just complements the game so well that you just forget about it. And I feel like they did really well with this game. It just looks like they put their whole budget into the actual art rather than the actual gameplay. Maybe controversial, but that's my personal opinion. Obviously, I did actually enjoy the game at the time, so you know, in terms of revenue in general, this game made over 20 million. It hasn't been out for as long as Arknights as well, so take that into account. But comparing this to Arknights, over 200 million, this one's made over 20 million. So it's a big difference. Path to Nowhere is not going to take Arknights away anytime soon. But let's go over the most important thing of this whole video, a whole list of gacha games. All the top gacha games in terms of revenue. If they're green, it basically means they made more money since last month. And if they're red, it means they actually made less money since last month, basically. If we go ahead and just take a look at some of these, obviously, Honkai, Genshin at the top. Nikkei is actually they make a lot of money, Nikkei. Why does it make so much money? It's kind of obvious. But we also have like Fate Grand Order, Uma Musume, which I think is a horse racing game. I could be wrong. Heaven Burns Red. I have no clue what that game is, to be honest. It seems like it's probably an Asian game. And we also have CN Arknights. So not global Arknights, CN Arknights, making a lot of money from 4 million last month to 10 million this month. Honestly, I'm not shocked. If you're curious what banners were actually on CN, we had the 4-year anniversary. Obviously, this was going to make a lot of money. I'm not even shocked. And they also had the joint operations banner after the 4-year anniversary, which I'm not shocked made so much money because of just the really good units on it. Honestly, if you don't have any of these units and this comes around to global at some point, it will be worth pulling on. A lot of people probably spend money on this as well, to be fair. But if you're more curious about some other things on this list, there is Blue Archive underneath it as well. Blue Archive doing pretty well. Summoner's War dropping off. I know Summoner's War inside out. I've played this game for such a long time. This is dropping off a little bit from the looks of things, but it's probably going to go back up eventually at some point, though, innit? It honestly makes so much money, I'm shocked at this point. But we also have like Project Sekai, I don't know what that is. Memento Mori still doing well. Honestly, I'm shocked this game's doing so well. I'm guessing in Asia it's probably doing much better. That's my guess. But if we do look underneath it, you will see Arknights is there, yes. Global Arknights, the Arknights that most of us probably play. Global Arknights is just underneath Memento Mori, making actually an extra 2.5 million, I believe. That's pretty good, 4 million in general, pretty nice. If you're curious what banners are actually on, obviously we have the Texas and Pendants banner. This was going to make quite a bit of money. This doesn't even count for the whole of May as well, so do take that into account because this only started on the 23rd, so made quite a bit of money already, honestly. And if we take a look at Stainless banner as well, this was on for a little bit through May. Probably didn't make crazy amount of money. There was also a Thorn standard banner, so do take that into account. If we take a little bit more of a look as well with like Epic 7, I love Epic 7 personally, very, very good game, recommend it. Azure Lane, I never understood why it's so popular, I'm going to be honest. Princess Connect on Asia doing pretty well, of course. Blue Archive dropping off on Global. I'm sure it'll probably go up at some point. Fate Grand Order. We also have Aether Gazer here, which is like a new game, kind of like Punishing Grey Raven. Honkai Impact 3rd. There is also like Tower of Fantasy, Eversoul. These two are unfortunately dropping off. Honestly, I'm not really too shocked, but it is a bit of a shame at the end of the day. There is obviously, like we mentioned before, Path to Nowhere. Really dropping off as well. And I really, really feel bad for this game. Alchemy Stars at the very, very bottom pretty much. I don't know what Grimlight is, but Alchemy Stars is doing terrible. If you know why it's actually doing so bad, please let me know. I'm honestly very, very curious. I did play this game a couple times. I couldn't really get into it, but doing so bad. Jesus, really, really bad. But going over one last thing I want to mention is just the general trend of Arknights. This is basically like the past 5 years worldwide for Arknights, people searching up on Google. This is like a pretty good way of knowing if the game's dying, because if no one's searching for it, no one really cares about the game. As you can see here, it actually did really, really well on its release. 2020, February, that was a time for Arknights. It hasn't really reached there just yet, but one day it could, to be fair. It's been going up in general. It's been doing better than it did in the past, to be fair. So if anyone ever tells you is Arknights dying, the game's probably doing better than it did before. There are dead periods, but that comes with every game, to be honest. So I'm very, very happy to see it. If you did enjoy this type of video, please do drop us a like. I will try and do these more often if people enjoy them. We do also have a Discord in the description if you want to go ahead and join that. We have a lot of people, a lot going on. I'm definitely not lying. It is the best time ever on that Discord. Lots and lots of stuff going on. And before I finish this video also, I just want to say thank you so much for the support recently. I do very much appreciate it. In general, I don't have very good self-confidence in myself, so I try and make these videos too perfect. That's why you might see a lot of the editing now. Honestly, I don't like that, but it's probably bad for my throat, realistically. I literally try to do everything in one take for all my videos. I don't know why I tried to do that. It was pretty stupid, but we're going to move away from that now. I'm going to try and edit my videos. Honestly, hopefully you guys enjoy them now. But I will see you next one. Thank you for watching, and adios.